from our ship, from our cabin. So we're in the excursion bus. Glenda, say hi. And we're going to visit Marseille. This is Marseille. This is the only English to that.
What was the beach like then in Barcelona, John? Was it a nice beach?
Yeah, it's alright. Nice soft sand and everything.
Not only the Marseille, the modern Marseille, let's say, the Marseille everybody knows, but also the oldest neighborhood of Marseille, the neighborhood of foundation of Marseille. So we are going to go first to see Our Lady of the Gloire, the Mercy of Marseille, Cathedral of Earth of the people of Marseille. And then the next stop will be a walking tour inside the oldest neighborhood. You will understand why it's a walking tour, like every oldest neighborhood in every city in every country. No. And most of the street finished by stairs. What we are going to do is try to not have to climb up any stairs during our walking tour, and only have to go down the stairs. You will not ice and not a very sportive type, so you won't do any sport. We are going to walk like Marseillais people, so slowly, nicely, to enjoy every detail of the neighborhood. I wanted to present myself. My name is Mary. As you can see, I'm going to take care of the English-speaking people. She is Caroline, my colleague, and she's going to take care of the Italian-speaking people. So inside the bus, we are going to share the microphone. And this is Karim, our bus driver. He's going to take us all around Marseille. And you will see that the bus driver is actually the best friend of an excursion of Marseille. You might have heard about our way of driving. Have you heard about that? Now better. No, I'm joking. Now we have a very bad way of parking. In the middle of the street, it's alright if we have the warning light, so don't get scared, it's totally normal. That's Marseillais people parking. We don't have enough spot of parking place. But you need to know that Marseille's got one of the biggest commercial harbor of all France. We are the third one. We are very proud of our commercial harbor. And you need to know that we are big commercial harbor since the beginning. Since the foundation of Marseille, since 600 BC. Marseille is considered to be the oldest city of all France, and it was founded by the Greeks. It's very different from any other city in this region. You need to know that in this region, most of the cities were founded by antique Roman civilization. We used to be the Provincia Romana. Actually, the word province, the name of this region, came from the Latin word Provincia Romana. But Marseille was founded by the Greeks, and they wanted to create a commercial harbor in every places around the Mediterranean Sea. That was the reason of creation of Marseille. They were very strong merchant, the Greek people. They were riding with boats and making a lot of traffic, maritime traffic, and business maritime traffic. So Marseille is still, since the Greek time, a big commercial harbor. Nowadays we have the first cruise harbor with 1.5 million of cruise people coming with cruise, and we hope to have more. This year we hope having 1.7 million of people coming with cruise. So we are very proud. We also have the first petrochemical harbor of all France, but the petrochemical part is not in Marseille actually. It's outside of Marseille, in the northern part, in a place named Fos-sur-Mer. Because you need to know that next to Fos-sur-Mer there is a lake, named the Lake of Berre, very protected, surrounding by mountain, with a little canal connecting the lake with the Mediterranean Sea. So it's very special place, a very protected place with wind. You need to know we have a lot of wind here, 200 days of wind each year. Very strong wind, with a Mistral, which is the most famous wind that can blow for more than 100 kilometers per hour. So we need to have a protected area for our petrochemical. This tower is a symbol of, this is the office of the CJM enterprise, one of the biggest business maritime enterprise. And it's very symbolic. It's 1 meter less than the hill of Our Lady of the Gloire. It's 147 meters high for this tower, because the hill is 148 meters. We need to conserve the symbol of Marseille. Has the biggest building, the highest building of all Marseille. That's a rule here. That's the reason it's only 33 floors actually. So we just passed the biggest tower of Marseille, and while passing it, we just enter the next business center of Marseille. You need to know that until the 19th century, Marseille didn't have any business center. Very bad for the city of Marseille, and you need to know Marseille is the second city of France with 1 million of inhabitants. One of the principal commercial harbors, so it was very bad for the business of Marseille. So we decided to create it here while using this European project, Euro-Mediterranean, that helps for the renovation of one neighborhood of a city. So we choose this place, and we are building new tower on your left side, less big than the highest tower of Marseille. Again, the rules say that it has to stay the biggest tower of Marseille, and the hill of Our Lady of the God has to stay the highest place of all Marseille. Okay, after the red light, we are going to pass next to the little square, the square of La Juliette. Generally, almost every morning there is this little market passing by, market where we are selling a lot of things with a very low price. But I need to tell you, here in Marseille, the market are not typical Provençal market. Most of the products are made in China. So you need to know that the quality goes with the price. You can buy a pair of shoes for 10 euros the pair of shoes, but you only have it for one night, no more. But anyway, that's a way of enjoying our time, and every neighborhood of Marseille got its own market. And then we are going to pass next to this building on your left side, Haussmannian style building, typical style from the 19th century, this sculpted front side, very symmetrical with balcony. And you need to know that really is a typical style from the 19th century, a style you can find very easily in Paris, for example. Paris is considered to be the capital of this style of building. So on your left side, we are passing next to another 19th century building. As I told you, this neighborhood was mostly built during the 19th century. This is the official cathedral of Marseille. I'm telling you official because you need to know that if you ask any people here, where is the cathedral, they will always point out Our Lady of the Guard on the top of its hill, the symbol of Marseille. Never this one. This one is only the official one, Our Lady of the Major, Notre-Dame de la Major. You need to know in France there is a lot of churches called Our Lady Notre-Dame. You just need to know what's name is after Notre-Dame. Here is La Major. You're going to see Notre-Dame de la Garde, Our Lady of the Guard. Pretty soon we are going to go up. This is a neo-Byzantino, a neo-Romanico-Byzantino style you have, and you see a lot of cupolas on it, and this spray on the building are very typical from here. So let's continue to run the old plot, and I want to point out this white front church you have just in front of you. Let me present to you one of the oldest churches of Marseille, called les Augustins Saint-Paul, the Augustine Saint-Paul. And the particularity of this church is that first, the front side, it's not from the origin, it's from the 19th century. You need to know that we cut down this church to be able to open the Imperial Avenue at this time, and nowadays the Republic Avenue, the avenue that making the corner with La Samaritaine on your left side. The other thing is, look at the corner of the church. You have a tabac shop integrating into the church. In reality, there are two different buildings. It just looks like one and only building. That's typical for medieval churches. At this time, we were using the existing wall to build our own houses. So because the churches were always the first one to be built, we were using the walls of the churches to build our own houses. Nowadays the tabac shop, but it has not always been a tabac shop. And on your right side, you see all these people together with this parcel, blue parcel. This is the very famous fish market of Marseille, this place where every morning arrive the fishermen of Marseille at 5 o'clock of the morning to sell the fish, the fishing of the night. And where came also the chief of famous restaurant of Marseille to buy the fish, for the famous bouillabaisse. You know about bouillabaisse? So, the first thing I'm going to point out is on your left side. You see what looks like a medieval castle with its crenelle and everything? Let me present you the Abbey of Saint Victor. That's part of the abbey that became very rich and powerful during the medieval time, thanks to the croisade. The French croisade actually went out from France to Israel from Marseille from this region. And so a lot of abbeys became very rich and powerful. This one, Saint Victor Abbey, was so rich and so powerful that the whole south side of Marseille, so the side you have on your left side, used to be its property, even Our Lady of the Guad, and you can see her on the left side. So it was very rich and very powerful. The building you see, it's mostly from the 12th century, but it has a particularity to be built on the top of a Paleo-Christian crypt from the 5th century, from the first Christian of this region. Don't forget that in this region we have the legend of the Saint Marys of the Seas and Saint Lazarus and Mary Magdalena, Mary Salome, Mary Sarah arriving in the boat, making this place the first Christian region of all France. And here in Marseille we have a legend saying that they had arrived first here in Saint Victor Abbey, in the Paleo-Christian crypt actually that is under Saint Victor Abbey, and which means for us it is the birthplace of the Christian left side under the bridge. The Vallon des Eaux, a little fishing harbor integrating into the city.
Sulla destra abbiamo visto questa porta, è la porta dedicata all'esercito dell'Oriente con una statua della Marina della guerra. Sulla sinistra è molto bello un piccolo porto tipico, si chiama lo Vallon des Eaux, tipico perché ci sono le case dei pescatori che si chiamano les cabanons. C'è anche il ristorante migliore della città, Chez Fonfon, per assaggiare la famosa bouillabaisse. È il più caro anche della città. Dunque un bel posto, piccolo porto. E adesso entriamo in una bella zona dove ci saranno tanti, e qui è la zona residenziale della città di Marsiglia con tante belle case che assomigliano a dei piccoli castelli, si chiamano le Bastides. La Fosmone. Qui a sinistra un ristorante Le Roule che è anche molto famoso per la famosa bouillabaisse. Se girate un po' la testa a destra possiamo vedere il Petit Nice Paseda. Questo è un piccolo albergo, 10 camere solamente, però il ristorante è uno dei migliori sulla Costa Azzurra. Ci sono solamente due che sono buoni, quello lì e quello che è ubicato a Monaco, che hanno 3 stelle sulla guida Michelin. Allora qui arriviamo in una zona dove sono questi piccoli castelli. Il primo sulla sinistra si chiama le Château Valmer, assomigliano a un piccolo castello. Un po' più avanti le Château Berger, faremo una fermata così avrete l'opportunità di fare delle belle foto.
This is a southern part of Marseille. The Rocky Mountains are actually part of Marseille. It's a national park of the Calanques, of the Illeta. It's one of the only national park of all France inside the city. And behind you, you see the island of Marseille, with the island of Is, and you can see the northern bay of Marseille, the northern part of Marseille. So you see how extended city it is. You need to know at the level of extension of superficie, Marseille is almost 3 times bigger than Paris. I'm talking about Marseille itself and Paris itself. If we talk about the community, Paris pass everybody, every city in France. But I'm talking the city itself. At a level of superficie, a level of inhabitants, Paris got 3 times more people than Marseille. I can advise you. So nothing to do with Marseille. Just here we built in superficie. In Paris they built in high. They have biggest building than we have here. The reason here, the wind we have, the Mistral wind, that can blow for more than 100 kilometers per hour. So we didn't build any big tower apart the biggest one you already see. So we are going to do a little photo stop of 5 minutes. 5-minute photo stop for the view, for you to enjoy the view. Again, the Castle of If, the one with 3-1 tower.
Glenda, smile.
Integrating into the city, it was just a little on top of the hill where there was almost no vegetation. You could only see this white rock typical from Marseille. And welcome to the real Marseille. That's a big avenue you have here. You understand now why I told you he was the best friend and Karim was the best friend of an excursion of Marseille. We are going to go up in direction of the Basilica of Our Lady of the Gloire.
No, with a smile. Help your excuses.
Someone want to drive the bus? Told you we have a very good one today. Let's go up in direction of the Basilica of Our Lady of the Gloire, the cathedral in the heart of people of Marseille. I'm telling you in the heart because I told you it's not the official one. That's for us in our heart. This is the cathedral because the Virgin of Our Lady of the Gloire, the Virgin Mary, is the protection of Marseille. Every people here in Marseille believe in the protection of Our Lady of the Gloire. This is the most important building here, and when I'm telling you, everybody is from any religion. You don't have to be Catholic to believe in the protection of the Virgin Mary, of Our Lady of the Gloire. It's very important. Plus, you will see it by yourself, but you have the most amazing view on all Marseille. You have a view of 360 degrees of Marseille. All around Marseille, you can see everything, almost everything of Marseille.
Il numero del pullman è il numero 16, noi adesso saliremo insieme fino all'entrata della basilica, vedremo la cripta, ci fermeremo di fronte alla basilica, vi darò ancora delle informazioni, poi vi lascerò libero per andare al bagno e per andare al piccolo negozio. Sulla destra si vede già questa vista panoramica sulla città di Marsiglia. Marsiglia 2 volte più estesa della città di Parigi, 24.000 ettari, e Marsiglia è la seconda città in Francia dopo la città di Parigi con 860.000 abitanti.
So, very soon we are going to go down again, and we are going to walk slowly. Don't run, don't rush. I will need to rush also. I will need to run. I'm not very sportive type, so I won't be able to explain you where to find the lift after that. 11:30, don't get scared. It's enough time to be able to enjoy the toilet, the cafeteria if you want to buy a coffee or a bottle of water, and to enjoy the basilica and the view also.
Go ahead. Yeah.
You remember
Yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
Florida.
Castello de San Marcos. And it is a 360 view of Marseille.
Dans ma lave. Bah, je vais rester 40 jours là.
Ecco, perché se no fa la differenza. Vediamo la foto. Allora ragazzi, ja, aber die Danke.
I know. It's just too much, huh? Marseille.
And just in front front of you, you have a panel with written on it ferry boat. Ferry boat. Or ferry boat in Marseilles language. This is one of the most useless boats. It's a free boat. They go from here to the other side of the airport, to the city hall, and come back. The particularity, the boat never turns around. It's always the captain changing seat. There is a motor to go one side and the other motor to go on the other side. That's how it works.
Allora sulla sinistra guardate la linea del ferry boat. Il ferry boat è questo traghetto che permette di collegare le due sponde della vecchia città del porto di Marsiglia e fa un'ondata fino al municipio e ritorna. Questo piccolo traghetto è gratuito, se volete anche provarlo questo pomeriggio, perché no? Si dice che è la più corta crociera al mondo perché dura solamente 2 minuti per attraversare il vecchio porto.
你用马来，这个故宫国际汽车大概。
The fish market.
西呢
This is a famous fish market with the reverse thing.
一个里斯格拉里有个餐馆，一个老外咖啡馆，有的吃生的海鲜，很好吃。
So, pretty soon we are going to go.
那个有不那些雨季呢？
We are going to go down on the bus and we are going to enter the oldest neighborhood of Marseille.
It's what we already seen this morning, so I'm going to make a big resume. You have the airport, on the top of it here, Our Lady of the Guarda, cathedral in our earth. You also can see the Abbey of Saint Victor, the one I show you, the very powerful one. And you have the two fortresses, Saint Nicholas with a full star, which I didn't have any view on the sea, was for the people of Marseille. In a square named Saint Lawrence. If we call it like that, it's because of this church. This church, the people of Marseille are used to call it a little miracle of Marseille. Because you need to know two things about this church. This is a Romanico-Provençal church, one of the oldest churches of Marseille, 12th century, and we never tried to save this church. But it's still here. We never tried to save it during the French Revolution. In 1789, at this time, a lot of churches were destroyed. And actually, the revolutionaries tried to destroy this one. Here, if they have conserved it, it's because they put some arms and powder inside to face the fortress St. John that was still part of the monarchy, of the power of the King of France. So that was still property for the King of France. So this way they were attacking each other, next to each other. That's the only reason why we didn't never destroy it during the French Revolution. The second time it should have been destroyed is during the Second World War. Look around. This is only years 50 building. But here, it's not like any other building we have seen already, the City Hall, for example, or the big hotel, the big Hotel Dieu, the one we made into a palace, like I said. We never tried to save it. But it survived like that, the destruction of the neighborhood. Plus, you need to know also that the other reason why we call it the little miracles is because there is some few miracles that has happened inside. Miracles that are not recognized by the church, only us. That's how it works here in Marseille. We have our own story that the rest of the world don't believe, but we believe in it. It's enough for us. So this little miracle happened in 1720 during the big epidemic of Black Plague. One of the non-official bishops of Marseille, nothing is official, non-official bishop of Marseille has saved some few people sick with the plague, the Black Plague. And that's one of the miracles, but the rest of the world doesn't believe in it. It's not recognized by the church. So the Lord opens it. You see him and you let's go.
Glenda, if you can stand there, I'll take a picture of you. Glenda, say hi.
Inside decoration. They never finish it. The acoustic of this church is terrible. You know, decoration inside churches are very important. You have to make it in a certain way to be sure to have a good acoustic. He made it in a bad way because he didn't want it to wait too long. Again, you have watched it tonight during the construction. And you can understand. When you have two architects at night, you don't want to have that. So the acoustic is terrible. You go to an office over there. The only thing you will understand in the office is actually the one giving. The rest is bad. You can quarrel on the phone. But you just can say whatever you want. You won't understand a thing. Really. It's terrible, but it's like this is from the government. And you can see the direction from the outside. The rock actually do not support the salty wind we have here. So we had to choose. We made it last night. We never had the time to screen it. All the money we needed to finish the festival. So it's going to stay like that. We will never finish the festival. We cannot leave. A classified building project really has to stay how it is. So we cannot change a thing. We can renovate, but we cannot change a thing. We have to compare the back from the history. And this is sad, but having an unfinished cathedral is part of the history of Marseille. So you by the way, you know French humor? Yeah. Our strange way of making humor, you know, what nobody understands about us. You know how we always way of each other? Each other. But we only say that for this building, not for Our Lady of the Cross. Just for Our Lady of the Maiden. You can understand.
Now you're walking through a real French neighborhood. That's why they do the walk, isn't it? Yeah, I keep thinking about the Paris rally, turning this corner straight over.
It's not the...
There? Okay. This place, we call it nowadays a place 13 couples asked me what it means because they were in French. And actually, that was a bad translation. Okay, I'm going to ask you to be careful. There is a car coming.
Oh God.
Go on that
there
side.
is. There's a car.
The original name was, and sometimes some legends say that this is the origin of the name of this neighborhood. That because of the and it's a king. All women know. Yeah, all women know. Personally. But anyway, it came here, so it was a very famous hotel. And we don't know exactly if the name of the neighborhood was given to the hotel, or if it's the contrary. We like to say it's the contrary, that the name of the hotel would give the name to the neighborhood. Le panier, the basket. One explanation.
Okay, so for you even tomorrow is not okay.
All right. Almost everybody's here. Okay. So you recognize where we are? You remember the frontier in between the part destroy and the part non-destroy?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is really the street we were trying to pass at the beginning. Really, trying to. We have the city hall behind, actually it's behind at the end of the square. And we have this tower just behind you. You see the tower? Or the one that had the trees. Sorry, it's our platana. Les Acoules is one of these churches that we destroyed during the French Revolution. The king was secreted, his power was coming from God, so to kill the king we had to kill the religion. The funniest thing with Les Acoules is that we destroyed everything apart the bell tower, and 50 years after its destruction we begin to build under the tower some caves dedicated to the Virgin Mary to ask for forgiveness. Nowadays they represent the Cave of Lourdes, one of the most famous places for pilgrims here in France. But 50 years after the destruction, we begin to build this cave, dedicating to the Virgin Mary. She's the one that forgives. She protects us here and forgives us.
Ah, that's where she's pointing to that. Ah, you can see it better from here too. Glenda is pouring water here. We're in Marseilles. Very French experience. There's an accordion player playing music here.
I think we're ready. We want this to 12. Is it like a whole...
Okay, Glenda, did you get your free Wi-Fi?
No, I don't know. It's just...
But
it's in French.
we got mussels.
It was on French. And I don't know what it was.
But it wouldn't let you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go back on board. Huh? I hope you enjoy your little walking tour in all this neighborhood. You can still enjoy on your left side the Cathedral of Huts of the people of Marseille, the Basilica of Our Lady of the Crown, the protection of Marseille. Sorry, I told you I was born here. I need to point it out every time we see it. I cannot do it any other way. Just in front of us, you enjoy again the photo of St. John. I think you have enjoyed it enough. But you will enjoy again the front side pretty soon of the official Cathedral of Marseille, because we are going to pass just under it. Actually, the road we are going to take is the same one we took at the beginning.
Ma chambre a la forme d'une cage. Le soleil passe son bras par la fenêtre. Les chasseurs à ma porte comme les petits soldats qui veulent me prendre. Je ne veux pas travailler, je ne veux pas déjeuner. Je veux seulement oublier et puis je fume. Déjà j'ai connu le parfum de l'amour. 1 million de roses n'embâmerait pas autant. Maintenant une seule fleur dans mes entourages me rend malade. Je ne veux pas travailler, je ne veux pas déjeuner. Je veux seulement oublier et puis je fume. Je ne suis pas fière de sa vie qui veut me tuer. C'est magnifique être sympathique, mais je ne le connais jamais. Je ne veux pas travailler, non, je ne veux pas déjeuner. Je veux seulement oublier, puis je fume. Être sympathique, mais je ne le connais jamais. Je ne veux pas travailler, non, je ne veux pas déjeuner. Je veux seulement oublier. Et puis je
Look what they done to my song, Ma. Look what they done to my song. Well, it's the only thing that I could do half right, and it's turning out all wrong, Ma. Look what they done to my song. Look what they done to my brain, Ma. Look what they done to my brain. Well, they picked it like a chicken bone, and I think I'm half insane, Ma. Look what they done to my soul. I wish I could find a good book to live in. Wish I could find a good book. Well, if I could find a real good book, I'd never have to come out and look at what they done to my soul. La 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 la. Maybe it'll all be alright, Mom. Maybe it'll all be okay. Well, if the people are buying tears, I'll be rich someday, Mom. Look what they done to my son. Ils ont changé ma chanson, ma. Ils ont changé ma chanson. C'est la seule chose que je peux faire et ce n'est pas bon, ma. Ils ont changé ma chanson. Look what they done to my song, ma. Look what they done to my song, Ma. Well, they tied it up in a plastic bag, turned it upside down, Ma. Look what they done to my song. Ils ont changé ma chanson, Ma. Et ce n'est pas bon, ma. Ils ont changé ma chanson. Look what they done to my